Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 22 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is brought to us by the Sleaze Box. And if you have watched my channel in the past, you know I've reviewed a few films of theirs before. So this one's been on the back burner list, so I decided why not just give it a chance and see what I thought of it and review it for you guys. And this one goes by the title of Make Them Die Sleazy. Yes. This film is directed by John Milner and Chris Woods and stars Joel D. Wynkoop. If you don't know who he is, he's a famous B-movie actor. The tagline of his thing is the king of B-movies. He's in a shit ton of films, of course. Most famously, he got his starts with Tim Ritter. He starred in numerous Tim Ritter films. He was in Rot, the Marcus Cook film. I'm trying to think of others. He was in the Show, the Herschel Gordon Lewis film. He's in that one also. He's in just a lot of stuff. He's the stars on a lot of Sleaze Box stuff too. He's in a bunch of the films that I've reviewed and a few other ones that I haven't reviewed yet. And the cool thing about this film is actually an anthology. I did not know that when I first got this one in to check out, and I'm like, the first look at the cover, it kind of looks like some kind of weird exploitation film, but kind of like a Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers vibe I got with it. But I was like, ooh, this sounds cool. Well, the main goes around like these 8 short films, and then it goes around this wraparound story. Now let's get into the wraparound story because it's kind of cool. It sets up in this convention area where this girl, who's played by Tobian Thompson, I believe that's how you pronounce her first name, is plays this diehard convention nerd, and when you first meet her, we don't even know it's her because she's wearing this Halloween mask and long hoodie. Then she gets undressed for us to get us in the mood, and then she gets relaxed and turns on the TV, and what she ends up watching is our host for the evening, Mr. Sleaze, who's played by Joel D. Wynkoop. Now, he's a very interesting character when you see him performing as this guy, because he does all these crazy antics and kind of like a crypt keeper type deal. And then we get into our shorts. Now, the shorts are numbered and lettered and stuff with their names. I wrote the names down in the back of this little piece of paper just because I wanted to remember them for this review. The first one we got is Span Venter. I believe that's how you pronounce that. This is a very interesting short, I might add. It's about this girl who's home alone, and she's on her email, and then she finds this spam picture that has this weird thing with this guy staring this at her, and then she looks away, and then the picture, he's gone out of the picture. This is pretty much all I'm going to give away with this. I'm not going to go really too hard into some of these shorts, but that's all I'm going to give away. Really cool short. I liked how it went down and stuff. The next one we got is Vomit Soup, and this one also stars Joel D. Wynkoop. He plays this weird guy who's going through this weird psychosis thing where he's hearing voices in his head and seeing things, and he plans on fighting with his wife and yelling at his wife, and ends up thinking about killing his wife too. That's all I'm going to give away with that one. The next one we got is White Lie, which is a very cool short, I might add, because of the way it was filmed and the way it was shot. It's kind of shot in stills. It's not like live action movement. They shoot it in stills, and it goes to kind of like a comic book in a way. Really cool stuff. It's pretty much about this guy's cheating on his wife with another person who's actually cheating, and somebody's in the back seat of the car holding him at gunpoint. That's pretty much all I'm going to give away with that. And he wants to find out his white lie. Really cool stuff. And the next one is Hennessy X Red, which I really dug. It also stars Joel D. Wynkoop again, of course. And he plays this plumber character who has suspicions about one of his clients, because one day he goes into one of his bathrooms to do work on it, and there's blood everywhere, and he has in the report that there's been missing victims with their blood drained. So when one come together, he thinks that his client is a vampire. So that's how that one goes up. And the next one is dark comedy, which is actually kind of my favorite skit in the film. It's not really. It's kind of more like dark horror in a way, and dark comedies. Nothing really too gory or anything. It's very different for the Sleaze Box style. It's pretty much Joel D. Wincoop as like this late night talk show, like a Johnny Carson / Jay Leno type, and he's down on his luck because he's like the end of his like road, and he's getting replaced on his talk show. Then he meets this TV exec named Mr. Blackmore, and he wants him to join their new TV channel known as TV Hello. So he has to think it over and sign the contract, and that's pretty much all I'm going to give away on that one. But I kind of give a spoiler that one with the Hello, but it's a really cool short, and Joel D. Wincoop does a great job in it. The next one we got is Mondo Sacco. Yes, this is probably the most bizarre one of the ones I've seen. I'm not going to really go into it, but it's really pretty much about this kind of like killer who steals people's socks and uses them to his advantage, and the cops are on his trail. That's pretty much how the main plot of that one goes. Next one is Shadow of a Victim, which is really another cool short because it's in black and white, and it has like this cool concept with like using shadows as something that goes around. It's pretty much about this guy who's just in his room alone, and he starts hearing things and seeing things going around in his room, and that's all I'm going to give away on that one. And the final one is Taste Me, which is about probably like some pretty cool Sleaze Box at its finest stuff. It's pretty much about a killer going around killing hookers, and the detectives trying to figure out where it is, and it leads to like this web / brothel type deal, and that's all I'm gonna give away on that one. And then we get into our wraparound story again, and then the film ends. That is pretty much the main plots of this. This one's going on way too long. Now, did I like this? It's a really cool anthology, and it has a lot of like cool aspects of the Sleaze Box of their different ventures and the different directors, John Milliner shorts and Chris Woods, and you can see a lot of their other films works into these films and their concepts and their cinematography. Really cool stuff. Joel D. Wincoop, he is the star of this film because he's in like most of the shorts, and he just kills it as like any different role that he is in. And it's really cool, and all the other like bit actors are good for the most part. I really like a lot of the actors that were in this one. We get like Bob Glazer again in some small roles. We get a few like of the usual faces you see in like some of these films, and it's really cool to see them playing like something different than they usually do in like certain like Sleaze Box films. So really entertaining stuff. I really did enjoy most of the shorts. Probably if I had to say my least favorite one is Mondo Sacco, but it's just because of the bizarre level of it. But I still enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't like terrible or anything. It was just one that was just went over my head a little bit with its weirdness, but it was still very cool, and I did enjoy the acting in that one. Really good stuff. If you haven't seen Make 'Em Die Sleazy yet, I highly recommend it. It's a very good indie, low budget, like anthology film with a lot of cool aspects to it. So if I had to rate it, I'm giving it a solid 7.5. Really fun stuff, and I did like Joel D. Wincoop as Mr. Sleaze because he did like these weird like things in it and stuff. But this review's going on way too long, so that's it. 7.5 out of 10 for Make 'Em Die Sleazy. I highly recommend it. Alright guys, that's it for day 22, and it was a long review, but it's an anthology. You have to really try to describe some of the shorts. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll be back again tomorrow as usual. So, I'll see you then guys. Peace out.